Yesterday, some customers came out and they chose to be simply moving mad. Why? Because it was April freaking Fools. So we had people like Vanya who decided to come out with a very moving mad post where she came in and posted a picture of her and Tony kissing, looking like they had just got married. And then I swiped through the pictures and I was like, that doesn't look like Tony. And also, Vanya's makeup is like 10 times less. Let's be real. Usually her eyes will have some pink stuff going on, or cyan eyes are looking a little bit darker because the eyelashes are a bit more darker. I was like, yeah, I'm not believing this one. This is definitely AI generated because Vanya doesn't look like that. You know what I mean? Like when you really look at it this way, and the woman would never, ever leave her home or appear on camera or in any shape or form without her makeup. You see what I'm saying? Let's just call it what it is. And of course, looks nothing like Tony, but either way, you can see right here, she chose to choose the moving mad way yesterday by putting down April Fools. Oh my God, I can't believe you guys believe anything. Well, some people may have, but I know I did not. The question is, did you believe it, or was you reality ready? And then there was John, who also came out to make it look like him and Megan were expecting a second baby by saying, look, she's pregnant again. When in reality, it was April Fool's, and therefore that isn't going to be the case. And thank gosh, I couldn't imagine what it would be like for him to bring another child in this world. And that's not me saying that he's a bad father or Megan's a bad mom, but we saw how drained and exhausted she is right now from just this first baby, which really exposed potentially that maybe he's not helping her that much, potentially. But either way, though, I'm happy that it was April Fool's because, yeah, I say it all the time, but too many people who are potentially the wrong people are having kids super easily, which is not cool. Do what you will with that information. But we're now going to move on to the next piece of information today. So, when it comes to Lisa and Daniel, somebody's pointed out something that I'm actually quite disappointed that I didn't notice myself. I'm actually going to call myself moving mad for not being reality ready to recognize this gem. But someone came out on Reddit and said, this lady paid hundreds of dollars to a man for him to berate her and make her apologize. Yeah, for being gay on national TV. Yo, that's some crazy sick stuff. Like when you add that to the context of everything that we know, I'm thinking, God damn, that's a very good point. This person goes on by saying that a few episodes ago, Lisa was saying she thinks people should love whoever, and she seemed mad for all of 2 seconds that Daniel didn't accept her for who she is. Now, a few days later, she's literally being cleansed in a shanty in Nigeria by a witch doctor and apologizing for being gay. And then, of course, the guy asked for money. Looked like they gave him at least 300 to 400 American, okay? If 100 nairas, okay, because 100 nairas equals $65, okay? The whole thing was weird. Look for TLC. The priest seemed like an actor. To be fair, he probably was an actor. Let's just call it what it is, because they always be adding people to the show that are actors, so that wouldn't really surprise me personally. But either way, though, the fact that we're watching a storyline based on a woman paying a guy that is insulting her for her sexuality to then be cleansed for being gay is crazy business. But of course, everything's a matter of perspective. Some people say, I don't give a damn because she ain't no freaking victim, which is true. Some people say this lady is vile beyond belief and not for marrying women. Just the whole scene was weird in my opinion. And then also someone else says, well, for you guys, I actually found that she is hilarious. I've never laughed so loud. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I think it's just one of those situations where we have to be aware of the fact that we are watching a storyline based on a woman paying to apologize, to be forgiven, to be cleansed for being gay. That's not reality ready freaking activities. That is literally extremely moving mad activities. But hey, let me know your thoughts down below regarding myself in particular. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Now when it comes to Jovon and Annalyn, somebody has said that their relationship would not work, but not for the reasons that we would normally assume so. Something different. This person says, my husband was born and raised in AL. I don't know if that means Alabama. Please do let me know. Or is that Albuquerque? Not too sure. Then again, I don't know if Albuquerque is a state. Yeah. Either way, please do let me know. He told me as soon as he has seen just a couple of episodes of them, this will not work. A whole bunch of men are going to talk to her because she's exotic and someone will surely have more to offer than Jovon. Visiting his family down there for holidays, I have to completely agree. I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at it this way, right? I understand what the person is saying, but at the same time, you're saying that Annalyn isn't somebody that doesn't know how to be loyal to her man. You're also saying that she's literally with Jovon because of his money, not because of who he is as a person. So to be fair, if that is the case, and I 1000% agree, once she hits the stage and she's got all these men wanting her attention, offering her this, that, and the other, she may just run and jet. But if she's a woman that's actually about the love, actually about the marriage, doesn't give two cares about, about all these other things, and really and truly, I guess her and Jovon will be okay. And let's be real, she's waited several years for this man to finally go and see her, and she married him in the process. So I would like to think that she's somebody who's quite loyal to the bone, not somebody that is not. But then again, who knows? I guess it's a matter of waiting for Annalyn to make it to the United States, if she does, and then we can find out if she's somebody that is reality ready and recognizing that, hey, I'm here because I want to be with this man, or it'll be a case where she's always been moving mad and she was just using him just to get to the States until a better offer came along. But to be fair, at the same time though, let's be real. 90-Day Fiance exists because there's always thousands, millions, gazillions of men and women dating internationally. I'm pretty sure if she was looking for something better, she probably would have found that while still being there in the Philippines. She probably would have been on the website trying to see if there's another man who could offer her a better deal. Do you see what I'm saying? She doesn't actually have to be stateside for that to happen, but I do understand it will be very different once she's stateside because they're all physically there. But either way though, if she's been loyal this long and been patient this long, yeah, I don't think it's that deep. But hey, we shall wait and see. I think the only thing that can ruin the relationship between Jovon and Annalyn is more due to the fact that Jovon is somebody that lives life in a specific way that is quite offensive to women, that can be quite gaslighting to women because the way he articulates himself. So there is that part of himself in particular. Yeah, for me personally, if the relationship doesn't work down, it's going to be due to more the behavior that happens within the relationship, not because somebody decides to step out. But hey, let me know your thoughts on yourself in particular, and we can mostly talk about it. But with that being said, though, let's move on to the next one itself. So this one is all about Laura, and people are completely irate with Laura. And to be fair, rightly freaking so. As you can see here, unfortunately, I've lost all respect for Laura. I really wanted to like her so badly, and was impressed by her willpower and determination to lose all that weight. I mean, okay, I see where you're going with this. The minute she asked Alexa what she should wear and order for lunch, I knew there was something wrong. Whew. She's constantly ignoring all moving mad flags and is acting like Beer Khan's current racist rant and gambling is not a big deal. That part. I can see him getting more comfortable with this relationship with her and less fearful of her dumping him and leaving him without a green card. I wish she had the focus and foresight she had about Burkhan as she had when she was losing weight. I see what this person's doing. It's very smart. Very, very smart, okay? I would love to see her stand up to this jerk and refuse to settle for immaturity and his fantasy about being a good fella. Ladies and gentlemen, where is the lie here? Where is the lie here? Fortunately, I didn't start with much. As you can see here. As soon as she started talking about her AI BS and making it clear that she was trying to live out some toxic teen love triangle BS, I was sold against her. Never stood a chance. So to be fair, there are a lot of people who have already shown their dislike for Laura. For me personally, the biggest dislike for myself is due to the fact that when Burkhan was coming out with the racist comments, she stood there and defended him. That blew my mind. It really said a lot about herself. So, yeah, for me, that was the last straw, really and truly. Before then, it didn't really bother me that much, because I was thinking, well, you want to be mending with two different men. Karma's coming your way, and I'm excited to see it happen. That was my standpoint. You know what I mean? But now the fact that she's more than happy to defend somebody who's racist, as well as also everything else regarding the gambling and the other situation, it does make more sense because let's really put in perspective. She's the one that made a move onto Michael before she was flying to Turkey. She made a move on Michael when she had already booked her flight to Turkey. Imagine this. So she made a move on Michael whilst she was still in a relationship with Burkhan. Then Michael rejects her. If Michael had not rejected her, she may have never even left America. She may have just stayed with Michael and then completely mugged off freaking Burkhan. Which, would have been lovely to see. But at the same time, though, I also argue that even if Michael had accepted advances, I still feel like she probably still would have got on that flight anyway, with the hopes of going to Turkey, seeing how that goes, and if it didn't work out, she would have come back to Michael as a rebound. She probably would have come back and said to Michael, oh, it didn't work out because, you know, when I was there, I realized that I wanted you, blah, 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 blah. All that type of stuff. She's definitely somebody that likes to control the narrative. Definitely has very controlling energy. Do you see what I'm saying? So for me personally, when it comes to Laura, I'm not surprised that people are now starting to wake up to her BS. Okay? Laura has never been reality ready for anything. She's always shown herself to be a moving mad character. Simple as 1, 2, 3. A, B, C. X, Y, Z. 8, 9, 10. Went a bit too far on that one, but I couldn't help myself. But either way though, let me know your thoughts on that self in particular. But here's the thing though, folks. There's something else going on here. Now, see Daisy, I'm trying to get this up here and then things started going crazy. Now, here is something quite interesting regarding Josh. Josh being the person that is in a relationship currently with Elise. That's the one. My apologies. That was a long pause. But let's get into this tea.
All right, y'all. This is a long one, but I swear you're going to want to stick around for it. I absolutely live for when you guys slide into my comments with the tea, okay? Like, it's my love language at this point. So the other day, this girl drops into my comments, and she's like, I've got tea about Josh. I say, oh? And you don't have to tell me twice. So, of course, I ran to my DMs, and I'm like, girl, start talking. And when I tell you she started talking, oh, it was good. So apparently one of her best friends actually dated Josh. Now, I'm not talking she saw him at a bar once dated. I'm talking like dated. So this is coming from somebody who was around for real. First thing, I knew it. Josh is not a yacht broker. I said it before and I'm saying it again. There's no way, absolutely no way this man is a yacht broker because yacht brokers make bank. The commission on even one sale, life-changing money, y'all. You're not going to be out here broke, couch surfing, struggling if that's your job. So what is he really? A party boat captain, which basically means he's just out here driving drunk people around on a boat all day. Sir, come on, be serious. Now it gets worse. He does have a 7-year-old son, which he mentioned on the show, talking about how the mom moved far away and now he can't see him. Cue the sympathy, right? Yeah. Not so fast. According to my source, he wasn't even seeing his son anyway, and hasn't paid a single penny, not one. And now the whole story's looking real convenient. And then, yeah, we go there. She confirms that the snow addiction is bad. Like, not he parties sometimes bad, like bad. Like, to the point where he's allegedly been in situations where people are coming after him for the money. He's out here calling girls he used to date, asking to borrow $500 or somebody might try to take out his kneecaps. That's kind of terrifying. And it also explains why he's always a little chaotic. Then she drops the bomb. She goes, this is a fact. Her words, not mine. She said the first time she met him, he stole her $700 sunglasses. $700. She said she can't prove it, but she's pretty sure he resold them for rug money. So, yeah, what? And she said she only met him 3 times, and that was 3 times way too many. So now everything is starting to make sense. Why he's broke, why he's living with Nat for free, why the whole story never added up. And listen, I'm not Elise's biggest fan. Y'all know that. I've been saying Josh needs to run from her. But now? Girl, you need to run. Sprint, don't jog, don't look back, just go. Because this is not messy reality TV drama anymore. This is real life chaos. But honestly, at this point, I'm kind of thinking maybe they might actually be perfect for each other too. Because separately, they're a mess. But together, they're like a full-on explosion waiting to happen. A whole dumpster fire with gasoline poured on top. But I need to know what y'all think. Because this is freaking wild. Do y'all believe the tea, or is this giving scorned friend exaggeration? Because I believe her. And more importantly, are we surprised? No. All right, y'all.
Well, girl. So when she did the girl with the hair pulling the back, that was golden, man. Hey, if I was cut to the drama, I would do that all the time. Yeah. So just to give you guys a quick little reminder, real quick, even though I found this post on 90 Day Fiance Alexa Pomegranate, this is straight from Cut to the Drama. Okay. So of course, if you want to check that person out, you can do so. But either way, though, go. Let's break it down. What was just said right there. Whew, so interesting. Josh is on the run. Josh owes people money. Josh uses his friends, his family, who knows, for money. And also, he's not even actually there for his child. Wow, the plot thickens. And Elise did say that she has a history of being with men that has used her for money in the past. And she doesn't want to be in that position again, which tells me there's something missing here. It tells me that maybe the reason why Elise said this is because she has, at some point, already sent him money prior to the trip for something. But you see, when she said that, he responded by saying, since you've been here, I haven't asked you for nothing. Which is interesting because his point was, I haven't asked for nothing since you've been here in Australia. But there was never the confirmation about what about prior for her to arriving into America, into Australia. That makes sense now why Elise said that. Like, good. I need to stop doing that. Sorry, I just love that. That energy was crazy business. I love it. I was going to do it again, but let me not do it again. Copyright that shit. Anyway. So, really and truly, if you ask me, do I believe the source? Well, all I'm saying is if I'm reality ready, I'm going to choose to believe it. If I'm moving mad, I'm going to choose to not believe it. You give me your thoughts. Because this tea is hot. Spicy hot. And it kind of does fit the profile, doesn't it? Interesting. And also, let me just read the caption that came with this. This time it's about Josh. He's lying about everything. His debt is allegedly from a drug addiction and not his yacht. And not his yacht broker. He's a party boat captain. That is interesting stuff. This makes so much sense. I knew a guy who told very similar lies. He said he owned a business, but he was just an employee and he always needed money to pay some people back. But in reality, he needed more money to buy more substance. Interesting caption right there. Does anybody relate to this story here? Is anybody also filling in some gaps? I filled in a gap for you folks. Can you fill in one for me? Please do let us know in the comment section. Yeah. Either way though, I feel like the bigger question is this. Do we really believe that Elise is in a position mentally to be reality ready to walk away from this man that clearly is no good for her? Or do you think she is mentally moving mad and she's going to stick around regardless? Give me your thoughts, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and hype the video, and also comment notifications on. Thank you so much.